Howdy, Aggies. So, welcome to talking about your first setup with your lab partners. We try not to make this super difficult, and you've done a lot of this before, so that's a good news. Or if you've had me before, you've done this before as well. Now, there's some changes if you've had me before, but anyway. So, first, you're going to be grouped into teams of three. You'll get a random partner. You will get something from Canvas, most likely, on who your partner is. Get in contact with them immediately because you really need to start worrying about getting timing down. Now, I am shooting for the labs to be around an hour and a half. So I want you to try to schedule, just to be safe, 2 hours that you guys have to get everything together. You have 3 days in order to do this, meaning you can pick Thursday or Friday or Saturday, whatever fits everybody's schedule for those 2 hours. Now, I'm hoping that you get it done in 2 hours, but notice I'm giving you unlimited time, so you could come back to if something goes sideways, but I hope not. That's really not what I'm after when it comes to this. What you're going to do is you're going to submit some code and screen captures, and in our particular class, I really should have an and in there, probably some, as you're doing the recording in Zoom, you're going to send me timestamps to tell me, hey, this is when we got question number 1 done, and I should see everybody in the group kind of showing, well, what they did and how they got it done. So that's really the 3 things that you're going to be sending to me procedurally. Now, by the way, notice also that you're doing this as a team, not individual. Anyway, when are the labs available? They'll start becoming available at 9 a.m. on Thursday, and they end their availability at midnight on Saturday. This is going to happen every single week, so you can start scheduling your groups' little meetings when they all have the time to do that. It may look like a quiz on Canvas. It may still be just an assignment, but it's going to have the lab name on there. And when I do my weekly updates, it'll be on there as well. Now, again, I'm shooting for an hour and a half, but you have unlimited time you can come back to, but try to get it all done in one session. You need to start contacting your partners when you get this original email so you can figure out what your availability is, because again, all of your partners need to be present. Now, let's go the bad route. Let's say everybody agreed to a time and somebody didn't show up. That's their problem. But you need to let me know that, hey, that Amelia didn't show up on time. We had scheduled for this and this. You need to let me know that. Other than that, if you were there and somebody didn't show up, that's not your fault. All right. Overall procedure to complete the labs during the lab. At the lab time, you or one of you needs to go into Canvas and access the lab. All 3 of you can really do it. You are allowed notes. You are allowed books. I'm not trying to hang you with something that you need to study. Your lab is supposed to be a little bit of homework where you can go back to. It's just a little bit more timed. The other teammates arrange the recorded Google Meet or Zoom. I don't care which. I do care about how and you collect that and where you dump it off. That's a really important part. You're going to have several problems in your homework. You need to complete one problem at a time as a group. You're going to see all the questions, but I want to see you all working together because frankly, I'm also going to check to see if there's any slackers too. You don't deserve the same grade that you have. If you don't follow that, you get a 0 because I'm not asking you to divvy things up. I want you to work as a group because there might be somebody that's weak on some problem and then you have somebody else that's stronger. You're all working together on this. You're going to record your group work on the lab. Do the work. Document any issues that come up. That's fine. That's why we're doing all this. This really has saved a lot of people. Let's pretend the submission didn't go through. Say, hey, Lupoli, here's a recording right here of us doing the proof. That's why we're doing this. So do that. Use it to your advantage, frankly. Yeah. Anyway, you should see everybody's face at all times, except for when you need to prove that you got something done. Then that's the one time that you can go around and start changing like to the computer view. So, hey, here's what I got on my screen. But honestly, I think that does it most of the time. But anyway, I need to make sure that you are there. So that's why I need to see your face a lot. Again, you only need to show your work when you really say, oh, I got done. Great. Then show me your work. All should take turns typing, creating the answer. This is going to be a little bit more interesting when we get into this project because all 3 of you share different servers. So this one's a little bit more loosey-goosey when it comes to that. If there is a partner that is slacking, and there's always one, you need to talk with them first. If that doesn't work, tell us, and tell me, and then I'll take care of it. But you need to talk to them first, like, hey, I really need you to pick it up. Be gentle, be nice, but you still need to do it first. All right. Procedure on overall completing labs. I'm still going to go. There is another video that goes over what should I see during your recorded session. So that'll be a link after this. What you will share with me. It's the URL for your recorded work and also the timestamps of when your group finished a question. This really helps out the grader. So again, your URL, the synopsis, the recording, you're going to save it onto your YouTube drive that Texas A&M provides. So you should have plenty of room. But you need to save it as unlisted. You don't want other people prying in there. And then give me the link as you go ahead and deliver your material to Gradescope. You're really not submitting too much to Gradescope. It's really going to be basically just a text file that has, well, frankly, the URL to your website link and the timestamps. That's about it, because everything else you should be able to prove in that recording that you all made together that you did the darn job. Now, one of your teammates is going to submit the code, screen captures, or the video. The other one immediately needs to complete the survey with the link to your recorded lab also in there too, just to be safe. Just to be safe. After the lab action, give me constructive feedback on the completion survey. Let me know how this goes, and then just go on from there. But that's about it after that. So what happens if a question pops up during the lab? And this is where it's most difficult, but actually, this is why we have the recordings too going on. I want you to fight on. Document what the issue is. See if you guys can persevere through it, or if you say, hey, we're really assuming this, then do that. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're having the recording. And hopefully you know by now I'm not trying to be a stickler when it comes to, hey, if there's something that's misleading, I want to make sure that I fix that. So if a question pops up, get through it. Say, hey, we're making this assumption you meant this. Get it done. And I certainly can't fault you for that. So the first lab. The first lab, if there's a hiccup on the first lab, group lab I should say, don't panic. Just breathe. We'll work it out with you. There's always something that happens here and there. The first lab is meant to really be easy. So common issues, the camera doesn't come on. Oops, the recording of the lab didn't work for that. That's bad though. Forgetting to send a link of the recording, that's real bad. So try not to do the first lab common issues, will you? So that would be bad. So that's it for this particular setup for the lab. If there's any questions, have your group email me so I can answer everybody in the group. I'm trying to keep this, simple here. Let's put it that way. And use Zoom for actually something that's worth for a change. Thanks, hey. Let me know if you need help.